Question 1. Given the circumstances where Patel manages an Oracle Cloud Infrastructure database and needs to provision the database system optimized for high throughput and low latency on dedicated hardware, which deployment model should she choose? A. Virtual machines deployment. B. Exadata cloud service deployment. C. Bare metal deployment. D. Platform as a service PaaS deployment. Answer. Correct answer, C. Explanation. Oracle Bare Metal deployment provides dedicated physical servers, eliminating the overhead of virtualization and offering superior performance for demanding workloads. Virtual machines share physical resources, which can introduce some latency. Exadata Cloud Service offers optimized hardware but is more specific to Oracle's engineered systems and may not always be suitable if the requirement is purely bare. PaaS abstracts infrastructure management but does not guarantee dedicated hardware. Therefore, for high throughput and low latency on dedicated hardware, bare metal is the most appropriate choice. Question 2. In the context of upgrading an Oracle database in the cloud, what is the primary advantage of using Oracle Data Pump over traditional export-import utilities? A. It supports parallel execution and network-based imports. B. It can only export full database backups. C. It does not allow filtering data during migration. D. It requires the database to be offline during export. Answer. Correct answer, D. Explanation. Oracle Data Pump allows fast, flexible data movement and supports filtering and parallel execution. It is designed to work with the database online, enabling live migrations without downtime. Traditional export-import may have limitations in speed and functionality. Therefore, stating that Data Pump requires the database to be offline is incorrect, making this option invalid. The correct understanding is that Data Pump supports online export-import, offering flexibility and performance benefits over older utilities. Question 3. When analyzing the consequences of an incorrectly sized ASM disk group, what is the most critical issue that can affect database availability? A. Increased CPU usage due to disk contention. B. Loss of data redundancy and potential data loss. C. Reduced network throughput impacting client connections. D. Excessive memory consumption by Oracle processors. Answer. Correct answer, D. Explanation. Incorrect ASM disk group sizing mainly impacts storage performance and redundancy. Loss of data redundancy or potential data loss occurs if disk failure happens without proper mirroring, which is critical for availability. CPU usage and network throughput are less directly affected by disk group sizing. Excessive memory consumption is usually unrelated to ASM sizing. Hence, the biggest risk from poorly sized ASM disk groups is jeopardizing redundancy, risking data integrity and availability. Question 4. Which of the following best describes the function of Oracle Automatic Workload Repository Hour snapshots during performance tuning? A. They capture and store static database configurations for rollback. B. They log all SQL statements executed on the database for auditing. C. They collect performance metrics at regular intervals to analyze workload trends. D. They automatically apply tuning recommendations without manual intervention. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Our snapshots collect detailed performance data, including wait events, system statistics, and SQL execution metrics, which are essential for diagnosing performance issues and identifying bottlenecks. They do not capture static configurations for rollback, nor do they automatically apply tuning changes. The recommendations are provided, but human oversight is needed, while SQL statements are capped. The primary role is comprehensive performance metric collection over time, enabling analysis of workload trends. Question 5. Mr. Anderson is configuring Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Identity and Access Management (IAM) policies to control database access. Which principle should he prioritize to ensure security best practices? A. Grant all users full administrative privileges to minimize access issues. B. Assign privileges based on the principle of least privilege, granting only necessary access. C. Use shared accounts to simplify user management across groups. D. Provide open network access to facilitate database connectivity from any IP address. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. Security best practices dictate that access should be controlled strictly by the principle of least privilege, ensuring users receive only the permissions required to perform their tasks. Granting full administrative privileges to all users violates this principle, increasing risk. Shared accounts reduce accountability and traceability, undermining security. Open network access also compromises security by exposing services to unnecessary risk. Hence, least privilege enforcement is essential for secure EM configurations. Question 6. From a practical standpoint, which backup strategy is most suitable for minimizing recovery time in Oracle databases running on OCA? A. Full on-man backups with frequent incremental backups stored locally. B. Only logical backups via data pump exports. C. Backups exclusively to on-premises storage for faster access. D. No backups, relying on flashback technology only. Answer. Correct answer, C. Explanation. A robust backup strategy includes full and incremental on-man backups stored off-site to ensure disaster recovery. Logical backups via data pump are not sufficient alone for point-in-time recovery. Relying exclusively on flashback technologies is risky, as they are meant for logical errors and short-term recovery, not full disaster scenarios. Backups stored only on-premises may limit cloud recovery options. If optimized, they can reduce restore times. However, the best approach often combines cloud and local backups for balance. Hence, local frequent incremental backups with full backups ensure reduced recovery time. Question 7. Is illustrated by a scenario where a database administrator needs to isolate workloads in a multi-tenant environment, which Oracle 11 feature allows separation of database environments while sharing common resources. A. Real application clusters (RAC). B. Pluggable database (PBS) within a container database (CDE). C. Data guard for standby database setup. D. Oracle streams for replication. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Pluggable databases within a container database are designed to enable multiple isolated database environments running within a single Oracle instance, sharing CPU, memory, and storage resources efficiently. RAC provides scalability and availability but does not isolate workloads as separate databases. Data Guard offers disaster recovery but does not isolate workloads in the same instance. Oracle Streams is for data replication, not workload isolation. Therefore, PBS are the correct choice for isolating workloads in a multi-tenant architecture. Question 8. During the process of patching an Exadata cloud service, what is the recommended practice to ensure minimal downtime and service continuity? A. Apply patches during peak business hours to test under load. B. Use rolling patching to update nodes one at a time without full cluster shutdown. C. Shut down the entire Exadata system before applying any patches. D. Skip pre-patching backups to speed up the process. Answer. Correct answer, D. Explanation. Patching on Exadata cloud service should be done with rolling patches that allow updating nodes sequentially, minimizing downtime and keeping the cluster partially operational. Applying patches during peak hours risks impacting users. Shutting down the entire cluster causes unnecessary downtime and is usually avoidable. Skipping backups is a critical mistake as it risks data loss if patching fails. Therefore, the best practice. Rolling patches coupled with pre-patching backups to ensure fast recovery if issues arise. Question 9. Considering the evidence from a scenario where a DO wants to secure sensitive data at rest in the cloud, which Oracle feature provides seamless encryption without requiring application changes. A. Transparent data encryption (EDE). B. Data guard broker. C. Oracle advanced compression. D. RMAN backup encryption. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. Transparent data encryption encrypts data stored on disk automatically and transparently to the application, ensuring data security without modifying application code. Data Guard Broker manages standby databases and does not encrypt data. Advanced compression focuses on reducing data storage size, not encryption. RMAN backup encryption protects backup files but does not secure live data at rest. The database files themselves, the CDE, is the best choice for seamless data at rest encryption. Question 10. While examining database cloning in an OCA environment, which approach provides the fastest way to create A test database instance with minimal storage use, using our man duplicate to create a full physical copy. B. Export import using data pump utilities. C. Creating a snapshot or clone of the existing database using OCI block volume cloning. D. Reinstalling the database software and manually restoring backups. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Data pump export import allows logical cloning and is efficient for copying schemas or full databases, but may take longer than storage level cloning. Our man duplicate creates the full physical copy, which is slower and consumes more storage. OCI block volume cloning offers very fast and space efficient copies at the storage layer by snapshotting volumes, enabling near instant clones with minimal additional storage. Reinstalling and restoring is the slowest and most manual. Thus, OCI block volume cloning is the fastest and most storage-efficient method for cloning databases in OCI. Question 11. Through the lens of database upgrade strategies, Mr. Lewis must minimize downtime while upgrading a critical production Oracle database from 10 grams to 11 grams. Which approach offers the best balance between availability and upgrade complexity? A. Perform a manual export import using data pump. B. Use the database upgrade assistant DUA in manual mode during scheduled downtime. C. Apply a roll-in upgrade using Oracle Golden Gate replication. D. Clone the database and upgrade the clone offline before switching. Answer. Correct answer, C. Explanation. A roll-in upgrade using Oracle Golden Gate allows near-zero downtime by replicating data to a target upgraded database while the source remains active, minimizing service disruption. Export-import is time-consuming and involves long downtime. The DUI manual upgrade requires the database to be offline during the process, leading to downtime. Cloning and upgrading the clone offline can reduce impact but involves complex queued-over steps and potential data synchronization issues. Thus, Golden Gate replication rolling upgrade offers the best downtime availability trade-off. Question 12. From the perspective of configuring Oracle Net services in a cloud environment, which practice enhances high availability and failover for client connections? A. Defining multiple listener endpoints and configuring client-side transparent application failover TAF. B. Using a single static listener endpoint with no client-side failover configuration. C. Disabling Oracle Net connection retries to reduce network traffic. D. Relying solely on IP-based load balancing outside Oracle Net configuration. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. Defining multiple listener endpoints combined with client-side TAF ensures that if one listener fails, the client sessions can automatically reconnect to another, improving connection resilience. Using a single static endpoint creates a single point of failure. Disabling retries hinders recovery from transient network issues. While IP-based load balancing can distribute traffic, it is insufficient alone without Oracle failover configurations. Therefore, combining multiple endpoints with TAF is best practice for high availability. Question 13. Given the circumstances where a DA must ensure audit data integrity in a multi-tenant Oracle 11 grams database, what is the recommended method to protect audit trail records? A. Storing audit records in a separate, non-audited table space accessible by all users. B. Encrypting audit trail files and restricting access via OL-level permissions. C. Disabling auditing to prevent audit trail tampering. D. Allowing all users to read audit files for transparency. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Audit data integrity requires protection against unauthorized access and modification. Encrypting audit files and enforcing OL-level permissions restricts access to only privileged users, preserving confidentiality and integrity. Storing audit records in a shared, non-audited table space risks tampering. Disabling auditing defeats security monitoring purposes. Allowing all users to read audit files sensitive information and risks manipulation. Hence, encryption and strict access control safeguard audit trail integrity. Question 14. When evaluating the merits of automatic diagnostic repository ADA, how does it improve troubleshooting over traditional log file management? A. ADA centralizes diagnostic data, automatically collects incident metadata, and integrates with Oracle support tools. B. ADA removes the need for WA intervention by automatically fixing errors. C. Ada replaces all traditional log files with a single monolithic file. D. Ada restricts diagnostic data access to avoid information overload. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Ada enhances troubleshooting by centralizing diagnostic information, trace files, dumps and alert logs in a structured repository, tagging incidents with metadata, and facilitating automated reporting to Oracle support. It does not automatically fix errors but assists DBAS. Ada organizes rather than replaces logs with a single file and does not restrict access but structures it for effective analysis. Thus, Ada significantly streamlines problem diagnosis and support interactions. Question 15. In light of recent developments in Oracle Cloud infrastructure, Zhang needs to scale a database instance dynamically to handle sudden workload spikes. Which capability should she leverage? A. Manually provision a new instance and migrate workloads. B. Use OCA's elastic compute feature to automatically scale CPU and memory resources. C. Restart the database to allocate additional resources. D. Increase storage size only, ignoring CPU and memory. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. OCA Elastic Compute enables dynamic scaling of EPU and memory without downtime, allowing the database to handle workload spikes seamlessly. Manually provisioning a new instance is slow and complex. Restarting the database to allocate more resources causes downtime and is inefficient. Increasing storage alone does not address EPU or memory bottlenecks, hence leveraging OCA's dynamic compute is the most effective solution. Question 16. Considering the evidence from a scenario where a DLinage is multi-tenant container and pluggable databases, which is a key advantage of using PBS in Oracle 11 grams and later versions. A. PBS eliminate the need for database backups, but PBS allow independent administration and isolation while sharing a common container. CPBS reduce the database size by compressing data transparently. DPBS require separate listeners for each pluggable database. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Pluggable databases provide workload isolation and administrative autonomy within a shared container database, enabling resource sharing and simplified management. They do not eliminate the need for backups. A backup still must be performed at the container or PDB level. Data compression is unrelated to PDB architecture. Multiple PBS share listeners via services, so separate listeners per PDB are necessary. Therefore, isolation combined with shared resources is the primary benefit. Question 17. Based on the information about Oracle OMAN incremental backups, what is the main benefit of using incremental backups over full backups in maintaining database availability? A. Incremental backups reduce backup window by only capturing changed data since last backup. B. Incremental backups require the database to be in mount mode. C. Incremental backups eliminate the need for archive logs. D. Incremental backups do not support point-in-time recovery. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Incremental backups capture only changed data since the last backup, reducing backup time and storage use, which minimizes impact on availability. It support point-in-time recovery when combined with archive logs. The database can be opened during incremental backups, making them flexible. Archive logs remain essential for recovery. Therefore, the key advantage is backup efficiency and reduced downtime. Question 18. When faced with a requirement to provide real-time reporting without impacting the primary database's performance, which Oracle feature is most appropriate? A. Oracle Data Guard active standby. B. Flashback query on primary database. C. OMAN backups during peak hours. D. Materialized views refreshed on demand. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Active Data Guard maintains a synchronized physical standby database that can be opened read-only for real-time reporting workloads, offloading reporting from the primary database and thus improving performance. Flashback query is limited to historical queries on the primary and does not reduce workload. OMAN backups do not support reporting. The materialized views require refresh overhead and do not real-time reporting on a live copy of data. Hence, Active Data Guard is optimal for offloading reporting. Question 19. The fundamental question is, when configuring Oracle Cloud infrastructure compartments and policies, how can a DBA best enforce separation of duties and least privilege? A. Grant all users administrator roles within a single compartment. B. Use compartments to logically isolate resources and create fine-grained EM policies for access control. C. Avoid using compartments to reduce complexity. D. Share EM policies globally across all compartments without restrictions. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Compartments provide logical separation of cloud resources, enabling targeted access control. Defining specific EM policies per compartment allows enforcing least privilege and separation of duties. Granting all users administrative privileges defeats security principles and increases risk. Avoiding compartments increases complexity in managing access. Sharing policies globally reduces granularity. Control. Therefore, proper use of compartments combined with granular policies is essential. Question 20. A critical examination of Oracle flashback technologies reveals which of the following statements is true regarding logical error recovery. A flashback database can rewind the entire database to a past point without restoring backups. B. Flashback table allows recovery of individual tables to a previous state without affecting the entire database. C. Flashback query permanently deletes data to save space. D. Flashback technologies replace the need for point-in-time recovery using ARMA. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Flashback table provides a method to revert individual tables to a prior state quickly, which is effective for logical error recovery without restoring the entire database. Flashback database rewinds the whole database but depends on flashback logs and does not replace backups. Flashback query allows querying data as of a previous point but does not delete data. Flashback technologies complement, not Arman point-in-time recovery. Thus, flashback table is key for targeted logical error correction. Question 21. Considering the evidence, a DA needs to configure transparent data encryption (EDE) for a database running on Oracle Cloud infrastructure to protect sensitive data. Which component must be securely managed to ensure encryption keys are protected? A. Wallet or Oracle Key Vault managing encryption keys. B. RMAN recovery catalog storing encryption keys. C. TNS listener handling encrypted connections. D. Database audit trail encrypting user actions. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Encryption keys are critical for TDE security and must be stored securely. Oracle recommends managing encryption keys in wallets or Oracle Key Vault, which are designed specifically to secure keys. The RMAN recovery catalog is used for backup metadata, not key storage. TNS listener manages network connections but does not handle encryption keys. Audit trails record activity but are unrelated to key storage. Hence, wallets or Oracle Key Vault are essential for protecting encryption keys. Question 22. From a practical standpoint, which is the most effective method to minimize impact on performance when applying patches on a multi-node Oracle rack environment? A. Shut down all nodes before patching to ensure consistency. B. Use rolling patches to update nodes sequentially without taking the entire cluster offline. C. Patch only the primary node and rely on synchronization. D. Patch nodes in random order without coordination. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Applying patches on a rack cluster requires careful coordination to prevent downtime. Rolling patches allow nodes to be updated one at a time, maintaining cluster availability and minimizing performance impact. Shutting down all nodes causes full downtime. Patching only the primary node is insufficient as all nodes need consistent patching. Random patching risks inconsistency and errors. Therefore, rolling patching is a recommended approach. Question 23. In the modern context of Oracle database upgrades, why is it critical to analyze optimizer statistics before and after the upgrade process? A. Because optimizer statistics are reset to default and can lead to suboptimal execution plans. B. Because optimizer statistics are relevant during upgrades. C. Because the upgrade process automatically improves all execution plans. D. Because statistics are used only for security enforcement. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Optimizer statistics guide the query optimizer in choosing the most efficient execution plans. During upgrades, statistics can be invalidated or reset, resulting in suboptimal query performance. It is critical to analyze and refresh statistics to maintain optimal database performance. Upgrades do not guarantee improved plans automatically. Statistics do not relate to security enforcement, making the other options incorrect. Question 24. When faced with the requirement to provide isolated environments for multiple development teams while minimizing resource overhead, which Oracle feature is best suited? A. Use separate physical databases for each team. B. Deploy multiple pluggable database PBS within a single container database CDB. C. Create multiple schemas within a single database without separation. D. Use separate listener configurations for each environment. Answer. Correct answer, D. Explanation. Pluggable databases offer isolated environments sharing resources efficiently, reducing overhead compared to multiple physical databases. Using multiple schemas does not provide sufficient isolation. Separate listener configurations alone do not isolate database environments, hence deploying PBS within the DE are the most effective method for isolated, resource-efficient environments. Question 25. Based on recent studies, what is the primary role of the Oracle Resource Manager in a multi-tenant environment? A. Allocating EPU and EO resources among consumer groups to ensure workload fairness. B. Managing database backup schedules. C. Encrypting user data at rest. D. Configuring network firewall rules for database access. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. Oracle Resource Manager controls and prioritizes CPU and EO allocation among user groups and workloads, maintaining fairness and preventing resource starvation. It does not manage backups, encryption, or network configurations. Therefore, workload resource allocation is its core function. Question 26. When analyzing database cloning methods in the cloud, which approach optimizes storage efficiency by sharing common data blocks? A. RMAN duplicate for full physical cloning. B. Using OCI block volume cloning with copy-on-write technology. C. Export-import with data pump utilities. D. Manual file copy and rename. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. OCI block volume cloning uses copy-on-write snapshots that share unchanged data blocks, drastically reducing storage consumption and cloning time. RMAN duplicate creates a full independent copy which consumes more storage. Data pump export-import performs logical data copying slower and storage heavy. Manual copy is inefficient and error-prone. Thus, OCI block volume cloning is best for efficient storage use. Question 27. Given the circumstances where a DA is monitoring an Oracle database with OEM Cloud Control, which feature specifically helps proactively identify performance bottlenecks? A. Automatic workload repository hour report analysis. B. RMAN incremental backups. C. Data guard broker alerts. D. Transparent data encryption EDE logs. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. OCA collects and analyzes database performance metrics and presents reports highlighting bottlenecks and tuning recommendations, aiding proactive performance management. RMAN handles backups, not performance. Data guard broker monitors standby configurations. EDOGs focus on encryption events, not performance. Therefore, OCA is the key tool for identifying performance issues. Question 20. In the framework of backup and recovery, what is the primary advantage of using RMAN incremental backups combined with a recovery catalog? A. RMAN incremental backups reduce backup size and time, while the recovery catalog stores metadata centrally for enhanced management and reporting. B. RMAN incremental backups always require longer restore times. C. The recovery catalog replaces the need for RMAN configuration files. D. Incremental backups do not support point-in-time recovery. Answer. Correct answer, C. Explanation. Incremental backups improve backup efficiency by capturing only changed data, minimizing backup windows. The recovery catalog centrally manages backup metadata, enabling better tracking and reporting. RMAN incremental backups generally speed up restores by reducing data to apply. The recovery catalog supplements but does not replace RMAN configuration files. Incremental backups support point-in-time recovery when combined with archive logs. Therefore, incremental backups plus a recovery catalog optimized backup manager. Question 29. To what degree does configuring Oracle Data Guard Broker simplify disaster recovery management? A. It automates failover and switchover processes while providing centralized configuration and monitoring. B. It replaces the need for physical standby databases. C. It encrypts Data Guard network traffic by default. D. It eliminates the need for monitoring standby database status. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Oracle Data Guard Broker centralizes management of Data Guard configurations, automating failover and switchover and providing comprehensive monitoring, thus simplifying disaster recovery. However, it does not replace physical standby databases, which remain essential. Network encryption requires separate configuration. Monitoring remains important even with Broker. Therefore, Broker simplifies but eliminates key disaster recovery components. Question 30. When evaluating SUL tuning practices post-upgrade, what is the significance of gathering fresh optimizer statistics? A. Accurate and current statistics ensure the optimizer generates efficient execution plans, preventing query regressions. B. Statistics gathering degrades performance and should be avoided. C. Optimizer statistics are irrelevant if SUL statements are unchanged. D. Statistics only impact backup operations, not SQL performance. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Optimizer statistics inform the query optimizer about data distribution, enabling efficient execution plans. Post-upgrade, statistics may be stale or invalid, risking suboptimal plans and performance regressions. While statistics gathering consumes resources, it is critical for query optimization. Unchanged SUL still depends on accurate statistics. Statistics have no impact on backup operations. Gathering fresh statistics is essential after upgrades.